What's going on, y'all? Power to the people. Welcome back to the channel. I started to make this video with this wig on, supporting our people, power to the people. Keep on moving, brother. You understand what I'm saying? But then, because I wanted to do this character and say some things I don't normally say. But I think we laugh too much. As a black community as a whole, I know that a lot of times we sing through pain, we laugh through pain. But there's a time for laughter, and there's a time to pay attention. Right now is the time to pay attention. There's too much going on out here, and we're not focusing. We're focusing on Drake and Rick Ross. We focus on Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. We focus on Chris Brown and whatever else. Do you notice that every other week is something else they throwing out? Something else to keep you looking over here. It's something that you do. And I don't have no keys out here, but it's like when you have a baby and you're trying to distract that baby, you do something like this. And you take the pacifier, you stay shaking, and the baby sit over here. And before you know it, you done took all the pacifiers from the baby. Time goes on, you keep distracting the baby, but other things, the baby doesn't even realize that the pacifier is gone. We, as black people, we are the babies. We are the babies that are distracted by the smallest things. A couple of months ago, it was Cat Williams and what was going on. A couple of months ago, it was Monique and what was going on. A couple of weeks ago, whatever it was. We're distracted by football. We're distracted by basketball. We're just distracted by who about to step in the ring and fight. And you say, well, can't we enjoy, this and that? Yeah, we can enjoy it. But when are we going to sit down and take care of business? It's time. I don't care what the others are doing. I don't care what white people are doing. I don't care what Mexicans are doing. I don't care whatever else is going on with any other race. It's time for us to start working on us. I'm in Detroit. If I go through the neighborhood right now, I cannot name one party store that belongs to a black person. We got hairdressers. We got, we selling weave. What else we selling? We got some barbecue places. We got a couple of clubs. But where do we have it where the money is circulating through the black neighborhood? We've heard about this probably a million times. If you got your mind open, I don't even want to use the word woke no more because they done turned that into something else that done took from us. But if you got your mind open and your eyes open and you can really see how much of our money does circulate within our own community. I know times are changing. I don't see the community centers in the neighborhoods anymore. You don't see kids just playing outside anymore. You don't see a lot of things are not being passed down. A lot of us, we garden because our grandmother or mother garden, grandfather garden, and we learned these things. And as we got older, we went back to the things of our childhood. But I look around the neighborhoods and the same people that's yelling out how much they love their neighborhood. Same black folks that I love my neighborhood. I'm from 8 Mile, Wyoming. I'm from the east side. I'm from Joy Road. I'm from Mac and Wheat Bewick. I'm from wherever. I'm from 7 Mile. Wherever you yelling at. What sense do it make to be yelling if you don't own nothing on that block, nothing in that area? let alone if you, and that's cool, even if you're yelling because you've been from there, you came from there, you grew up there. Okay, I'll give you that. But don't go around the same streets that you are so proud to brag about and go out of town and tell them how you from Detroit and then ride up the same street and throw beer bottles and cans out the window and your big bags of McDonald's and your blunt wrappers and chip wrappers, throwing glass wine bottles out the window. Don't come 3 o'clock in the morning burning rubber all up the streets. But this is the neighborhood you brag about. This is the city that you brag about, that you love, that this and that. We are living in a time where they are trying to push back history. They're making rules where you can't teach black history in school. They're making rules where it's cool for a man that's transitioning to a woman to come into a school around your 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and twerk and do all these things and reach them and show them this is an okay lifestyle. You can follow me. But yet and still, when it's time for that black child to learn about their history and how much greatness is within their history and the things that have been done and how the black race is a great race, they take that away and replace it with something else that's going to do nothing for our children. If you ain't teaching it at home, where are they going to learn it at? But everything is funny. I seen, and you know what struck me to do this video? Somebody from my neighborhood posted on Facebook the other day. They reposted something somebody had posted. And it was so disgusting that I really don't even want to repeat it. But they named 2 historical women, black women, that changed a lot in history. These women went through a struggle. Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman. Now, if you've never read about Harriet Tubman, maybe you've seen the movie. I can't even imagine in that time the things she went through, trying to get from one state to another, saving all these people from slavery. And you know what it said? I wonder who had the fattest private part between Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman. And I just was like, what? What would make you think that was funny? I mean, that is so disrespectful. If you know your history and the things that they went through, that's funny to you? How? In this day and age, would you see all the things that are still going on? And it was sad. It saddens me. It's disgusting. I don't even use this word. It's deplorable. It's a horrible way to look at your past and the people that's been there and done this and made a way for you. Well, at the same time, they're trying to strip all this away. I'm reading where they're with them striking out the laws about affirmative action and making it fair so blacks have a place in different areas and different work fields. That law is no longer there. So they're pulling these. I saw one article, it was like 4 or 5 top black women that was in big corporations, well known, that have been let go because the companies no longer have to do that anymore. And they're getting sued if they continue to do it. There's another white guy that went out and sued this black, it was a non-profit, I believe. And what they were doing were they were giving out loans to minority women. And it was a black charity. He went after them. And he won. They had to stop giving this money out because he says it's unfair. But the system is set up where even now, from the beginning of the time, they don't have to say out loud that I'm going to give, a bank doesn't have to say, well, if you black and you come here, I'm going to give you a higher interest rate than a white counterpart that has the same qualifications as you, same credit score, same whatever. The bank ain't going to tell you that, but that's what they're going to do. They're not going to tell you about the red line. They're not going to tell you about the Jim Crow that's still going on. And they're trying to back everything back up that any black leader or black civil rights leader or anybody in that was for equal rights. They're trying to take away all this right in front of our face. And they bringing all these immigrants over. And they giving them everything that we should, that we have to struggle for, or had to struggle for, or fight for. They giving them that for free, plus some. It was a time where we couldn't vote. They had to get out there and march and do whatever they could to be able to have the right to vote. They're letting them come over and vote, and they have not done shit for this country. But us, what did Rick Ross say to what was he saying? What Drake say on that? Oh man, oh that's so cold, man. Oh, you know they trading such and such and such and such. You know that this is all the conversation I hear all the time. They either talking about a diss track, or they talking about who got traded to what, how many wins, how many losses, who got cut. This coach ain't shit. Da da da. You just keep on playing. Keep on playing. Because everything is fucking funny. Just keep on playing. That's all you got to do. Keep on playing. And they know it. Cat Williams said something. He said that what they do is they tell you a lie. And even though they tell you a lie, you think they would leave you alone. He said, no. The white folks is going to watch you because they want you to make sure that you still believe in this lie. So they're going to watch everything you're doing to make sure that you stay in line with this lie. But we're not watching them. We're not watching no laws. We're not getting together. We don't have no Malcolm X no more. We don't have no Martin Luther King. We don't have the last thing that we had that was nationwide where people paid attention is Farrakhan. And if you ain't grasping some of the things that he's saying and watching some of these other people in interviews like Killer Mike that's dropping knowledge and pick up some of these things and really think about what you're doing. Everything is going sky high. There's nothing cheap. There's not cheap food. The dollar store ain't even $1 no more. It's $1.25. It was a time you go in the Dollar Tree, everything was $1. I don't care what it is. Now they got stuff in there that's $5, $10. You'll be surprised. I picked up this tote today from Dollar General. Tag came off. $5. Where's it at? $5. I mean, it still ain't bad for $5, but the point of it is that it ain't $1 no more. You're not going to Aldi's and getting no deal. Save-A-Lot ain't around here no more. The discount stores is not discount no more. They up price stores. You don't know if the chicken is real. You don't know if the hamburger meat is real. You don't know what they spraying your vegetables with because they want your vegetables to be shiny. I heard a guy say they're not producing fruit and food for the fact of having nutritional value. They're producing it to have a longer shelf life. So they don't care if you get nutrition out of it. All they want to know is that they can last on their shelf, it ain't going to spoil, and they can get their money for it. But we sitting back laughing. They got a plan for us. They've been making plans for us for years. But we just keep on sitting back laughing worrying about shit that don't matter. And that's on a daily basis. On a daily basis. I watch the ignorant stuff go down every day. On Facebook, people reposting videos of people getting murdered. I watched a video where I saw there's something going on. It wasn't here in Detroit, but it was somewhere else. And it was a bunch of younger black folks under 25, 26, under that age, you know. And they was all in the streets and people was walking, you know, or whatever. Cars on both sides. Car flew down the street. I mean, it hit more than 12 people going down the street. And they was taping it, laughing. Dog, oh my God, did you see that? Oh, dog, oh. And I'm thinking to myself, what world do we live in? Where's the compassion? Nobody ran to go help nobody to see if they was okay. Let me get this on tape. I'm going to get 100 million views. I'm about to go viral. Let World Star. Let me go ahead and get this on World Star. And it's not just here. It's around the world. And I started to think about it. And this right here is something that people don't. It was a guy, can't think of his name. He got dreadlocks, light-skinned guy. He kind of country. I don't know if he's from New Orleans or whatever. He made a statement. I believe it was about Rick Ross and Jim Jones. And he was basically saying about your music and the lyrics that they have. And I remember being in California and I was watching this play. And the play had Tiny Lester in it. And the play was basically breaking down the difference. Like there are special places in hell. Hell is not just one place where everybody goes. If you are in a leadership position, if you are in a position to lead people a certain way or influence people in a certain way, and you've been leading people astray, they say it's a special place in hell for you. And I began to think like, so if you're rapping about drugs, rape, killing each other, all this stuff, you have to be held accountable. You got to be held accountable here. But because even if you're saying that, you know, I'm pro-black and this and that or whatever, but your music is not reflecting this. You sending a generation or generations into the abyss. You're sending them astray. You're sending them down the wrong way. You're not giving them nothing to be proud of. It's a movie, an old school movie. And the guy says, don't you understand, if we really want to start over, we got to get rid of the drug dealers, the prostitutes, and something else. And the guy responded, he said, is you crazy? It's no difference when you go to the NFL or the NBA. Nobody is going to fight for nothing. They fight their own individual battles, but they're not going to come together and fight against these leagues, or not to come together and say, you know what, ain't none of us playing this year, no basketball or nothing. We about to sit down this year and we about to come up with our own way. Or even if you playing and come up with our own league where we're not being discriminated and we're watching out for the ones that's coming up. Nobody cares. Because everybody getting their individual dollar at the end of the day. I got to get my paper. That's all it's about. I got to get my paper. And I think about, what sacrifices am I willing to make? What sacrifices are they willing to make? I never see black folks come together. And I'm not saying it's not being done, but I'm saying I never see black rappers, stars, and all that come together and build something for our people. I never see on my level. It's hard to get people to come together. I remember one time I came up with a proposal. It was some years ago, and I worked this job, and I noticed like the people I around, we was making good money. We was bringing home $1,500, $1,800, between $1,500 to $1,800. I say from about $1,200 to $1,800 a week. A week when I was working this certain job, with overtime and all that. And the overtime was there. You could work on all the other shifts you wanted. They didn't care. They wanted people to come in. People was in there killing them when it comes with the money. And I wrote a proposal up, and the proposal was to be able to buy several homes, fix them up, and either flip them or rent them out. And I wrote a cover letter. I did all this, and something I was not used to doing, and I can't say it was perfect, but I did the best that I could. And I couldn't get one person out of 8 people that I thought would want to be down, not one person. Later on, maybe a year after that, or 2 years after that, I went to get ready to start a cleaning service. And I went to a couple other people like, yeah, man, you want to, get down, blah, blah, blah. One person told me, I'll wait till you do it, and then once you do it, I'll try it. I was glad that I went ahead and did it on my own, because within those, I did it for 3 years before I lost my big contract due to racism. Somebody else, and one of the employees there, which was a white lady, she told me what was going on and why the person was trying to get my company out of there and this and that or whatever. So I'm not going to say racism. I'm going to say it was a white woman that wanted her friend to come in and clean. And so she kept in the boss's ear to get me and my company out of there, get us out of there. And it worked. But I said it to say I was successful for 3 years. But to get black people to come together, it's the crabs in the barrel. Are we always going to stay in the barrel? I don't believe, in, put it this way. I thought about it like, I wonder, do white people feel like white people get on their nerves? A certain group. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if Mexicans feel like a certain group of Mexicans get on their nerves. Because in the black community, I truly believe that there is a certain area of blacks that irritate other blacks. You could say, oh, he's black. Then you say, oh, no, if you get what I'm saying. But I just watch what's going on. I watch customer service here. And for those of you that may be in Africa or you repat moving to Africa, and y'all talk, I hear this all the time. Oh, the service was this, the service. I was in Tanzania, I got good service. But they talk about the services. The service is crap here. Then I hear people say, oh, you go to a black business and they do you wrong, you won't go back. And then you go to McDonald's, they do you wrong, but you're still going back. And I used to believe, like, yeah, you're right, that's right. Then I started to think, the difference between that black business and McDonald's is you have an established relationship with McDonald's. You've been going there since you was little. You know what. There's been good food. Times the food was good. Times the food was bad. Times the fries was super hot, fresh out the grease. And some times, they done gave you the last fries before they done changed it over. Sometimes, the fries been in bad grease, whatever the case may be. But when you go to an establishment and you walk in and the person at the counter looking at you like this, you like, hello. Oh, hello. You like, damn, you not going to say, hey, welcome to Jerome's Rib Shack. How can I help you? Nothing. You just going to sit there. Or you'll come in, they'll be talking and ignore you until they finish their conversation. Now, could that happen at McDonald's? Sure, it could happen at McDonald's. But the difference is, you know what's to expect at McDonald's. You know which McDonald's to go to, which McDonald's not to go to. If you go to this one, they got this and this is that or whatever. Just like everybody knows that the McDonald's shake machine 9 times out of 10, the shit ain't gonna be working. But the difference between a black business is when you go in there, if you are spending your money, you you would hope you would get it going there with a certain type of service. Not with a person with an attitude. Not when the whole building smell like weed. Not when the food ain't cooked right. People got mad because Mr. Chime Time came to Detroit and ate into all these restaurants that was not serving quality food and had bad attitudes. It's just the truth. I mean, I'm not saying that you're gonna have the same experience, but it's the truth. No different than Keith Lee went down to Atlanta and tore them for the same thing. It's how we carry ourselves. We traded the lashes that the slaves would have on their back, the wounds. We traded that for name brand. We traded it for Gucci. We traded it for Louis Vuitton. We traded for all this stuff that they have us a slave to. That we continue to believe that I'm better for what I have on than saying I'm better for what's within me. I'm better for my actions that I don't go out here and try to harm another black man. I don't go out here and try to hurt another black woman. You know, it's no different than when Ice Cube told Day Day. He say, ain't nobody out here playing. You the only one out here playing. We the only ones out here playing. Everybody else is playing. They playing chess. We still playing checkers. We still at the table playing cards. We playing spades. You talk to people and the attitudes that we have and what we believe is so far from where from the struggles that we came through and still are going through. Social media. You know what I thought about the other day? How can, say you got 700, 1,500 Facebook friends, however many you got. If you ever notice that they share a lot of videos that you've already seen, they repost a lot of videos you've already seen. I went down my feed today and saw the same video probably 4 to 6 times from different people. Think about it. What if social media is feeding you the same information to keep us on the same wavelength? What if the algorithm knows who's black? Facial recognition. They know what neighborhood you in. Tracking because your location is on. And they feeding a certain information to you to keep your mind right where it is. Let alone, we cannot put these phones down. I'm guilty. And we not, out of all the things that we could search for, all the things that we could look for, none of it is educational. I would say 80% to 90% of it is bullshit. Then this new era of TikTok, video, and a lot of it I hear coming from TikTok. These different views of thinking. Everybody, hey, have your own view, but I know what's right and what's wrong. We all know. Nowadays people are trying to pretend like there's no right and wrong. It's all to your perspective, what you think. You have to live your life, and this is that. Come on, man. There's no way that a grown man or a grown woman should be at a school twerking and dancing. There's no way that any child in 8th or ninth grade should be reading a book about that has sexual stories in it, regardless if it's heterosexual or if it's gay sex or whatever. There's no need for it in school, but you don't want the children of today to know about Black history or things that was done. You want to take all that out and put all this other sexual stuff in. If you really look at it, the NFL is set up racist. So is the NBA. And just about everything else. But we won't go get our own. Kanye didn't need Adidas. It's companies in Africa right now that's making their own shoes. I seen a lady, I posted one on my reel. She making shoes by hand. And I know you say, well, for the volume that he need, I know, it's not enough. Well, there's factories in Africa that they make their own shoes, gym shoes. I've seen videos on them. They making cars over there, African-owned companies. Then this view of where you come from is not good enough for you. You can go to everywhere else, but when I mention Africa, oh, you weird. Why would you want to go there? They got leopards and lions running around, and okay, keep believing that, because that's what that European told you. European telling you just right now, don't go over to Jamaica. I just left from Jamaica and I had a ball, and I wasn't just on the resort. We drove around. We was driving around for almost 3 hours with a local driver that was showing us around Jamaica. Showed us the rich part. We were in Montego Bay. The rich part, the poor part, where they shop at. I heard one girl say she wished her parents never would have made the sacrifice of coming to America for a better life, because they put too much pressure on her, and she would never do that to her child. Everything, the generation, and I'm hearing this out of the generations after me, that everything that we've done was not right. And what they're doing, they know better, because they're going to do it this way and that way. Don't call me this. Don't refer to me as that. You can't even say excuse me, ma'am, because you don't know who's going to get an attitude. Pardon me. Don't pardon me. That means such. And then, another thing is, I see on Facebook, every year it goes the same way. If a black person goes and celebrate any other race's holiday, somebody gonna post what their holiday mean, because we can't do nothing. There's no holiday we can celebrate. There's nothing, because everything is behind it is evil. I'm just saying what they say. And then I thought about it. I'm not even going to talk about St. Patrick's Day. I'm not going to talk about Cinco de Mayo. Okay, but why we don't come up with our own things? Why we don't come up with, okay, today is African Day, or today is whatever day, and we're going to go out, and today is the black day to go out and enjoy and picnic and whatever. Oh, you can't picnic. Yeah, that's another one. Have a gathering and enjoy each other. Why we can't come up with our own amusement parks? Why we can't come up with our own, our version of Walmart, Target. And then if you look at the things of the past, the things black people have invented, things black people have started. We invent it, they take it, and they make more money off of it than we We do. And that's, I mean, that's rap, that's music, that's rock and roll, that's R&B, you name it. Football, basketball, baseball, anywhere you. Why does the hood look like the hood? Why it don't look like the suburbs? Why do we not take care of our neighborhoods the same way they take care of their neighborhoods? And you say, okay, we know the city services ain't all fair across the board from the hood to the suburbs, but why you can't clean your area up and keep it clean? Why you parking your car on the front grass instead of in the driveway? Why you got a whole picnic table, a whole table set out on your front yard, and you got a whole backyard that you don't want to cut the grass back there because you feel like you're going to miss something. You got to sit up front. Why is it that any other race cut you off, you're going to cuss them out, keep going, but you get your people cut you off, you want to kill them? We have a love-hate relationship within our own communities. And you know what? Sometimes I wish I could get on here and I could speak like a Malcolm X. I wish I could get on here and speak like an Obama. I wish I could get on here and speak like a Martin Luther King or who, you know, Farrakhan, so I could get what's in my mind out to the people. But I'm telling you, from the food to gas to everything that's going on, the United States is not going into a good place. It's not. Just if you sit back and you watch what's going on, everything is about money. Everything is about greed. You know, I'll put up a short. And the short could be about something racist or this and that. And, you know, it'll be it's a white person, a white guy. No picture, just some old vague picture and nothing else. You go to the profile, they don't have no videos or some weird type videos posted. Racism will, if you stop talking about it, it'll go away. Really? Racism will go away if we stop talking about it. No, okay. You get a rash on your arm, and as long as you don't scratch it, it's going to go away. Okay. If we don't talk about, or women don't, or men don't come forth and say, I've been raped, rape will go away. If we don't talk about child molestation, that'll go away. If we don't talk about inflation, it'll go away. What sense does that make? Unless you're feeling guilty and you don't want to hear it no more, unless you just don't give a F and you don't want to hear it no more. Because even if I don't talk about it for a month, I still deal with racism. I mean, being black is not something, that's one thing that a lot of white people don't understand. Being black is an everyday struggle. Ask any black man. You dealing with it every day. You don't deal with it on a Monday and it don't happen to next Monday. You deal with it every day in different ways. But in the black community, we need to bring that sense of community back. Not worried about what white man's label that we have on our shirt, on our back, on our jacket, on our shoes, and start worrying about the black future, our black future as a whole. Then I thought, what would be amazing if we start building Black Wall Streets in Africa. What if we start going over to Africa, invest in Africa like everybody else does, like these Europeans, the Indians, the Chinese, the Japanese? We got to wake up, man. We have to wake up. We have to start loving on each other. It's almost like a lot of us are starting to hate just being black, hate black folks. You know what I hate? I really, and then, I don't use that word often. I hate the ignorance that some of us black folks display. Whether it's customer service, whether it's just being at an event, having to do something just to be seen. Something ignorant just to be seen. Or thought of as you balling, or you doing this, you doing that. I believe a lot of the traps and the snares that they have set out for us in these meetings that they have, and these laws that they come up with, we're falling for all of them. Just falling for them. And I pray and I hope that one day we as a people wake up. I don't care if it's here in America, here in Africa, here in Bahamas, here and over in Jamaica. Wherever we choose to go, that we wake up and just know. Until we come together, divided, we will fall. But if we come together, so many great things that we can do. We cannot be stopped. We cannot be stopped. Thank y'all for watching. Peace. And if you watch to the end, leave a comment. I got you, bro.